Everyone to Little Cut the Show. My name is Eileen, aka Eileen Little Cut. Additional information about this show and my podcast show, which is Arts, Cuts, and Everything in Between, which is on speaker. All that good information can be found on my website, Eileen Little Cut today. Alrighty, guys. So today I'm going to be making some wrestling type inspired WWE inspired shirts. Today I want to kind of mimic the King of the Ring shirt. Now, what I originally thought of was I may find a what is that? A wrestling image. So what I'll do is images, and I'll put thinking about getting a ring. So what I did originally was free wrestling ring, and I saw a few. Okay, I want to do free clip art wrestling ring. That's what I want to do. And I noticed that, these images seem pretty simple. This one really caught my eye. Now, I could actually use this, but I decided to kind of make my own. I'm just showing you this part because in case you don't want to do this, you can skip the next part altogether. Just do that, and primo presto, you can load up your image and call it a year. You save it to your computer, name the file, load it up, and you're good to go. I will have a video up next time about a loaded image, but what I decided to do was kind of wanted to make my own. So what I did was I used 2 triangles. I made one a little bit bigger, and I kind of made it like this. Unlocked it a little bit so that I can have like a bigger proportion. Now I'm going to be putting this on the shirt, so I'll add in the canvas later so that I can size it properly. And what I did was I just flipped that triangle, made it just a little bit bigger, keep it within the just a little bit bigger so that I can make the mat of the ring. And that looks good. What you can also do is click your mouse down, drag it across until you see that purple line or box, and we are going to align it center, and that will make it so that line center. Drag that across again. I should have left it alone. Down here you can click slice, or click your mouse on the image and you can click slice there. So that will cut right through your image. And now we have our ring. So I was messing around with trying to figure out how to make the post. So what I did was I just went into images, and I just I just searched poles, and actually I just think I put pole. Okay, so let's try that one more time. And I don't know if I like this one or this one better. I think I'll take this one and see how this one looks this time. I'll hit insert, and I will hide a lot of the images. Well, actually, I don't. Yeah, I think the other whatchamacallit was better, because, let's see, it doesn't get rid of the whole flag. Oh, actually, yeah, so that wouldn't get rid of the whole flag. So that doesn't work. So you go back to images, and this one will work much better. And this one, oh, come on. I hate when that happens. Okay. This one is create a critter. Create a critter. My tooth still is insane. Okay, so we're gonna hit that. Okay, actually, we're not gonna hit that. We're gonna hit the icon. You know that the image is inserted once you see it down here, and you press the insert image button. And it will come up. The layers will come up on your pattern. I mean, on your. Okay, so we're gonna hide this, and you're just gonna click the little eyeballs, and you're gonna hide that, and that means that won't cut out. So now all we need to do is make 4 of these bad boys, and fit it to size. And I'm going to see how that looks. Kind of liking that. So now you can click your mouse button. Oops, sorry. Click your mouse button, and you can hit duplicate 3 more times. Or if you want, you can just duplicate up here. I find it easier up here. I don't know. I don't like clicking my mouse all the time. And you're just going to arrange them to the corners of your ring. Not too much. Just a little bit of that corner showing. Kind of just have to eyeball it. From there, you will click the whole ring and see if you like it. And you will hit either weld here. Don't hit attach, because the attach will give you, like, let me show you. Let's undo this. Why won't it do it? Okay, so hit that. Attach will give you those lines. Now, if you don't want those lines, which I don't, I will just hit weld, and it'll make it look smoother, like it's one complete piece. And so now what you would do is go into here, and you'll hit a square, and you will make it into a thin, like, shape, and you kind of will arrange them like so, and you'll duplicate that 8 times. So you'll duplicate that another 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you may have to fiddle around with the size. I don't want it too much on the top, so I'm kind of gonna mess around with it just a little bit. Yeah, fiddle around. This is, I think, the most difficult part of the whole putting the ring together, because leave that alone. The ropes kind of just need, you know, your eye of what looks kind of straight. So like I said, this may be something where if you really want to duplicate it, I mean, not duplicate it if you just want to, like this one is a little too long, but I can't. Okay, so this one, and I want to bring this. Okay, I want to unlock it because, yeah, you want to make sure you want to lock and unlock. It helps when you unlock and lock them so you don't mess them up once you get them to the size that you want and need. Okay, so it's locked. Okay, that's good. Alright, so I want to unlock this one in case I need to move it around and try not to fiddle too much with that. And attach that, make sure it's in place. See how that looks? That looks great. Oh, I forgot the one down on the bottom. Excuse me, my nose is acting up. I feel like a hot mess, people. Alright, so we're going to fiddle around with this until we get it to where we want it. So that looks pretty good. I'm liking that one. Maybe did I erase it somehow? I think I may want it just a little higher. Okay, that looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Looking for my other string. I must have erased it by accident. Oh, okay, so let me just undo everything that I just did. Okay, that's better. Now this one looks a little funny to me, so I'm just going to straighten it out as best as I can. Put this down. This one needs to be down. I keep hitting the wrong one. And again, I hit the wrong one. Get it together, I mean. Okay, finally. Okay, that looks better. That looks better. Now this one looks a little off. Let's see how that looks. Perfecto. Now we need to just move this one. Oh, undo that, so I don't like that. Okay. Nope. Alright, so this one. Perfect. So I managed to somehow erase 2 of these bad boys. So I'm just going to hit duplicate one more time. Oh, actually, one more. And I'm going to do this one since this is one of the angles that was giving me trouble. Perfecto. Now, I may have to, this one I may have to don't want it sticking out way too much because I want it to cut out without having so much like I want everything to be streamlined. I don't want to have to cut out any extra pieces or anything like that. You don't want to have like a piece of rope sticking out or anything like that. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks really good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the mouse button down, shift that down, and I'm going to hit weld. And that is my ring. Yay! Awesome sauce. So like I said, I wanted it to be inspired. I really didn't want to do too much. I actually found a font that I really like because it's really bold, and because I did a belt also for this shirt. So I'm gonna look for that first, and I'm just going to filter it because I remember that it was an Access. I couldn't remember. I'm gonna put Cricut, and I don't remember if we can just access. Okay, and put my fonts. All right, so that takes care of that. So let's take a scroll. Okay, down the font machine. I just wanted something nice, big, and oopsie, why is that happening? And bold. Really stands out. Something that's not too thin, something with not too many lines, because I'm not a huge fan of, okay, I think it was somewhere in the E, so we're still in the B's. Like I said, I don't want something with a B, C. Where are we now? We're in D's, okay. With too many lines, because I'm not a huge fan of weeding, because it is, dare I say, a pain. Alright, so we're in the E's. I think it was extreme. Okay, hold on, let me see. Ah, no. I think this was the font Extreme Fonts Little League. I thought that was pretty cool. It had like a very, I don't know, it kind of just looked really cool to me. So I want to put Mr. So now that I figured out what exactly I want to put on the shirt after making the ring of sorts, I'm gonna put Mr. WrestleMania. That's kind of one of the sayings that they say a lot in wrestling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Mr. and I keep messing up. I'm using the, like I said, the extreme font, Little League, and I really like this font. I think that it's really athletic looking. It's nice, bold, simple letters. I think that it will be great for iron-on projects, especially for males in your life. I think that this would be a good male. You know, sometimes it's like when you look at fonts, you kind of say, okay, this is more feminine, this is more masculine, and I kind of have that feeling of a more bold, masculine feeling for this one. Not that it can't be used for, you know, a woman in your life, but I just kind of feel like this would make a really good masculine project. Font per se, I don't know, for the lack of better words. So right now I'm trying to figure out how to spell WrestleMania, and I kind of looking at my phone and I'm like, okay, did I spell it right? I am notorious for messing up spelling because of my dyslexia. It really just sucks. I'm going to be honest with you. Having dyslexia is a real pain in the neck. Um, so yeah, so I'm also thinking about, I'm trying to get the the font to line up to where the ring is, and I'm also thinking about whether or not if I want to change the W and the M on WrestleMania. I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at the font, and I'm like, you know what? I think that this will be just pretty, a simple. And I'm trying to figure out. I go through I don't know how many changes because they don't have exactly the shirt that I want, and I may have to go back in actually look at my shirt that I'm going to be working on. And what I'll do is I'll probably um, measure it out so that I can make sure that I am looking at the right measurements because it is a pain. Oh my god. So yeah. So I go through a couple of like telling you guys what kind of shirt it is. It's basically, it's not a t-shirt per se. It's like a t-shirt, but it has like a pocket on the side and it has long sleeves, and I'm thinking about maybe doing something on the sleeves, but I kind of want to make it as simple as possible. So but I do keep going back and forth. Is it this kind of a shirt? I mean, it doesn't have buttons, so that was another thing that was bothering me. I didn't know whether or not how high I really should go on this shirt. I mean, it's a really good quality shirt. It's just they just don't happen to have one in the sample, and I wish they would have come out with more sample sizes and sample shirts, like one with long sleeves, one with or without pockets. That would be a really good hint. Hello, Cricket. Hint, hint. For more clothing size. Because sometimes people want to do designs on their shirts, and I think design on their shirts, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, what I meant to say was design on their sleeves. But yeah. So if you guys have any better suggestions for me, please let me know in the comments down below. So right now I'm kind of figuring out what exactly I want to do for this particular shirt, and I'm actually liking it. Trying to do I want it this way? Do I want it that way? Do I want it bigger? Again, that will all be determined by measuring the shirt. I'm just kind of showing you how I designed the shirt, and then I'll cut it out, and then in a later project video I will show you how I iron it on. So I'm just kind of messing around trying to figure out exactly what it is that I really want. So I really like this font. Definitely going to be using that for another project for Mr. Dez. Um, and yeah, so I'm so super excited. I'm kind of glad that we kind of, I mean, even though they're the same shirts, but now they look extremely different. And yeah. So it's at this point that I'm thinking, what do I really want? Like, the back, is going to be plain. And then I think, okay, is this the right shirt? Am I doing the right thing? Should I just use it as a classic tee? I tell you guys, I went through like, I don't know how many designs for this particular project. And I think, and oh, I forgot to mention, FYI, you see that little like yellow bar? It's basically telling you that this design does not cut out. It's just basically there for a template, so you won't have to be worrying about like, oh, is this the right thing to do? I probably should have used that sports shirt. I probably should have used it. I wasn't thinking. Now that I'm looking back at the video and looking at it, I probably should have used that, and I may go back, but I won't bore you guys to death. And resize this from there and also get the measurements for the shirt. I'm also noticing that they don't have like it doesn't look like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I gotta re-customize it somehow. Alrighty, so that doesn't work, so I'm just gonna use a men's large, I think, for this, because my son is, for a teenager, for a 13-year-old, holy camole, he's really really big. Alright, so now I'm trying to center it and make it look, you know, presentable. And I'm thinking that this is the final design. And no. So I decided that I'm gonna add another saying to this shirt. I'm looking at the back and I'm like, that'd be pretty cool to do the front and the back. There's two sayings. There's Mr. WrestleMania, and then there is the King of the Ring. So I thought that, you know, I'll put Mr. WrestleMania in the back, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it, you know, making sure it looks right for the back. And this time I'm going to be adding the King of the Ring. What my plan is to kind of make it so that since the shirt is like a nice gray color, either I will use like a matte blue or even a glitter vinyl, or even just some white vinyl, and I'll make the ring blue. I was looking through my vinyl. I haven't cut in actually to my my package, so I'm looking into doing that. I want to do a nice silver belt with not an actual belt, but a design that I've come up with. And I'm kind of just thinking, okay, do I like that? You know, does it look like a ring? Should I put the word ring? So I'm kind of deciding at this point. So I said, you know, why not? Just, you know, for the heck of it, let me just put the king and then I'll put the ring. I'm actually thinking about it. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm actually really thinking about maybe adding, like, for the pocket, I'm going to measure out the I'm going to measure out the pocket, and I'm going to, so I'm just kind of centering it. I think that I'll center it better. Um, excuse me. So yes, I'm just eyeballing it, making sure that so far it's so good. That looks got, what I wanted to say was that it has a pocket, so what I'm thinking about doing for the pocket is I'll probably put in the same type of vinyl, depending on what I'm using. Maybe the same type of vinyl as the ring. I'll make like a little crown. There's a bunch of little crowns that Cricut has, which is pretty cool. And so I'm just kind of messing with it, making sure that I really like it. And that's kind of my final design for what I'm going to do. And yeah, so the King of the Ring is what I'll have for the front of the shirt. And I'm just kind of making sure I'm thinking about what colors at this point. I think to make it, I think I'm just going to make the ring, like I said, a blue or maybe even a white would be cool. I don't have any black vinyl. I should have had black vinyl, but you know what? Blue and gray and silver, actually glitter vinyl, matte vinyl, whatever blue that I have, and white will be perfect for the shirt. Because like I said, it's a gray shirt and it's really cool. So if you guys, I'm sorry that this is a long video and that it's going to be 2 parts, but I really wanted to try and design something really unique and inspired a WrestleMania shirt for my son. So I figured, you know, you can either get a free clip art of the ring, or you can actually buy some amazing SVG files from Etsy. So you can always check that out. Anyway guys, if you really enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. You can always email me your comments or questions. My email address is eileen@eileenthelittlecrafter.com, or you can always leave your comments or questions down below. And don't forget, if you want to know any more about my show, The Little Crafter Show, or my podcast show, my web address is eileenthelittlecrafter.com. Thank you for joining me, and stay tuned for part 2, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.